Well, okay. Hopefully everything is working, and as the title says, doing various space stuff, just going to see what comes along, so to speak, and going to HIP 22460 to see if anything happens to tomorrow, which is most likely going to be not much, but if there's any points of interest that are going to pop up, I'd like to visit them tomorrow. If that's going to be the case, I hope the audio is okay. Now I'm going to start off the stream with a short 14 jump trip to HIP 22460. And yeah. Let me quickly check if I have everything on the ship that I need. Some basic PvE layout. Anything else I can basically... Okay, that's the bounty hunting layout. That will be good enough. Still... frame rate is a bit poo, which is unfortunate, as well as the audio issues. But maybe that will solve itself in the run of the stream. well, let's see if it gets any better and if I was right to decide to not play Elite Dangerous in the summer. But maybe it's just outdated drivers or something similar. But to have no engine sounds and sort of only have this sound has something to it, I guess. But yeah, let's see. Usually after jump, it should get back. So let's hope that it fixes itself. Let me do a short sound check to see if I sound okay. That seems like it. And the echo should now be gone again. Okay. Now, if this stream is going to go well, there will be more Elite Dangerous streams in the future. And I'm actually excited for the new update and hope that it will offer new gameplay experiences and more interesting things to do. And yeah, since that trip is now going to take 30 jumps, about 10 to 20 minutes, let's do a little bit of like talking about what the eventual Elite Dangerous streams are going to be like. That will hopefully come in the next few weeks. And yeah, I've talked about those a lot from time to time, but yeah, one of them will be to take on a Cyclops in the Chieftain one-on-one. That would be the first time not the first time I tried, but might become the first time I actually succeed in shooting one down. Then, are we going to do some tryouts of things, do some weird stuff, do some tourism missions? That could also be something cool, like a little bit of sightseeing. Although, since my graphics settings are not the highest, might not be the best option. But at least in space, I currently have 30 FPS. That is something. But yeah. Oh, the one stream that I a few months ago talked about over and over and over again. Not sure how likely that is going to be to ever occur. But I'm going to try. Maybe it's going to work out, and it would be interesting. Maybe not. But yeah. What I also am intending to do at some point is to get myself a nice little Sidewinder, do a little bit of engineering in it, and wait for a trading CG, something that I like, and then do some piracy in a Sidewinder. Mind you, I'm a horrible pilot, and don't know too much about ship outfitting. I'm flying with keyboard and mouse and haven't played the game in the last few months. But maybe that could be fun to get in a Sidewinder and try to get some whatever commodities are being traded at the time. And yeah, unfortunately ground missions and stuff won't be really going to be a thing because of the whole FPS issue. Which might have something to do either with outdated drivers, something with the game, or it could just be that the graphics card, due to summer, is just getting too hot and therefore giving up. The computer did decide multiple times in previous streams where it presumably just decided to run hot, to shut itself down, which is as great as it sounds. I even have a scanner. Can I do some honking? Okay, I vaguely remember my keybinds, but only vaguely. Okay, very nice.
Warning, temperature critical.
Funnily enough, I was somewhat nervous while starting the stream. While the like countdown for the starting soon stream was going down, I was really like, oh no. Had a bit of anxiety. But since the VR count is still 0, that is currently not an issue. But yeah. 9 more jumps, I think. And once we're there, I think I should remember to use the left mouse button, not the right mouse button. And maybe get a bounty hunting mission first. Due to the layout of the ship, and then maybe try something with an SRV. And yeah, just do a bit of looking around, loitering in the system. Now, what just came vaguely into my head is that I may need a permit for that system. So, maybe we're just going to loiter in the outskirts of it, meaning in the neighboring systems. Might have to change the title then, because I just now remembered that there might be, might be the requirement for permit, which is kind of oof. But after this jump, I could check if I have one automatically automatically issued, which would be very, very nice. But okay, let's do a honk and then see if I have any permits. Sol, blah blah blah. HIP 22460. Very nice. Okay. Looks like that got automatically issued. Looks like it got automatically issues. Okay, got automatically issued, which is very nice. So I don't have to fly to some other place or do some faction reputation stuff to get in. Wonder what I'm going to find in the system, since as usual I'm playing in open. So maybe it's going to be some ganking, maybe not. Probably going to go to a small outpost or station, depends on what is in the system, and just sort of do some missions and continue to press the wrong mouse button. Okay, let's try not to hit the exclusion zone. Very nice. Do I have enough fuel? I do hope so. Okay, another brown dwarf. So if there's an... I mean, I could just check the map. That could be a good idea. But let's just go and continue with our way to the system. Okay, let's go and check the galaxy map once we're out of the jump to see if I'm going to have enough fuel to continue. But I should have enough fuel, and I'm now doing a short break, I guess. Well, let's check. Okay, is that a fuel star? What is that? Brown dwarf. Okay, that is a no. Is there anything in the area? We have to get used to the Galaxy map again. What's that? That is also brown dwarf. Okay. What are you? White, yellow. Okay, now I need to now I need to remember which stars were scoopable. Like I said, I haven't played in a few weeks. This does glow quite big. So let's sure, let's visit a orange giant. And I vaguely remembered K stars to be scoopable. Because in the back of my head, just very vaguely, I have the remnants of a memory that say that a certain range of stars is valid for scooping. And I think K was one of them. So let's see if that holds true. Boing. But yeah, if that isn't scoopable, I'm going to continue jumping around and see if there's... I mean, I could just keep pressing the wrong button. Okay, very nice. Let's do one honk and then reset the course to HIP 22460. HIP 22460. Very nice. And already halfway there. Okay, let's guesstimate the exclusion zone of this star and get to like 100. Okay, 250 seems to be a good distance. Maybe trying to get a tiny bit closer. I'm just assuming that sort of the light line that you can see here, it's like this, is sort of an area that is close to the exclusion zone. But skipping is pretty much complete. Let's get out of the star, so we don't overheat during the jump. And let's go. Okay, only seven jumps left, and I've not yet run out of things to talk about. Okay, now that being said, I've run out of things to talk about. Now, let me do a short check to see if the audio is okay. That will be a short echo for a short moment. Doop-de-doop-de-doo. And it sounds like it is okay. And the echo should now be gone again. I do that way too often. Okay. I once did a trip to Beagle Point and my discovery scanner was on the right mouse button. And this time, and that's why every time I jump into the system I sort of have the muscle memory automatically go and be like, yes, right mouse button. But most likely I'm going to get used to having it on the left. I think it was even before Surface Scanner and the new system scanners and stuff were implemented. I think it was like in 2017, if not earlier. I think, probably. But yeah. One interesting... I mean, for future lead streams, one interesting idea or thing could be to sort of participate in events. Community does events from time to time, and like things like PvP or contests, or like things like like races and stuff. Maybe that could be something. Or I could like do some looking around to see if there are any people that know stuff about things that might be willing to team up and show them. show me around, so to speak. But I'll look into that at some point. Okay, do I have the feeling that
Scan complete.
for some reason the automatic route planner does no longer put me to scoopable stars, or is there one in the system? Okay, not sure what the issue is, but maybe there is some box that I didn't take that now prevents me from getting fuel stars. Maybe I didn't fuel scoop enough. Okay, but lots of brown dwarfs in this sector. Now, what are you? White star? F, maybe? Okay, but brown dwarfs, I'm pretty certain were all non-scoopable. Don't really have that much fuel left. Okay, but it seems like the white star over here is going to be my best bet. Maybe. Let's see how that works out.
Shift drive charging.
But only 4 jumps left to the target system. And then hopefully something interesting is going to be able to be done there.
4, 3, 2.
Well, it seems like I have enough fuel for another jump to the other star that's nearby, and that is quite a bright star. Well. Okay, really, really should stop pressing the button.
System scan complete.
Maybe it had something to do with me chartering the course while fuel scooping with a not full tank, and that might have had some influence to it. Okay, about 300 should be a good rate for filling up. Although heat also is steadily climbing. Let's
Temperature critical.
slowly point in this direction. And just be very calm while the entire ship bursts into flames. Okay. Let's accelerate.
Warning. Taking heat damage.
Heat damage shouldn't be a problem, since we are basically in civilized space. And let's look up the system again. HR Bay 22460. Very good. Okay. Sorry. That should be doable. Let's hope I'll be able to land at a station and won't be shot down just before going there, which would be a bit unfortunate. But the way isn't too long there, so but looks like my estimate of about 20 minutes to get here was somewhat accurate. Minus the intertime, it's probably going to be around 20. Okay, let's not get into that exclusion zone. Okay. But also I would, for streams I really would like to do more ground related stuff, but I don't know why, but it might be temperature or something soft or even hardware related, but my frame rate does go very bad in settlements these days. It was better in the beginning of the year, but maybe it's since I only had since I had down to 25 FPS while undocking, I'm not very confident that it's going to be very streamable. But I can do a sort of test jog through the concourse at a station in HIP 22460, and then get a good reading on what I'm going to do. Hey, paid Pocalypse. Thank you for complimenting my stream title. But yeah, it's basically what I'm doing various space-related activities and going to see how the system looks now and how it's going to look tomorrow. Probably not much different from today, but maybe it will be. But yeah, I hope to do some bounty hunting and some other things that make sense to do in the Chieftain. And then go from there. Like, I still do hope that the frame rate is going to be good for some ground-related stuff, but probably have to stay away from settlements and the like. But since I've also never been to HIP 22460, I hope that there is going to be some interesting sights to see. But let's see if I'm going to get blown out of the sky once I jump in. Okay, now's the question. Am I going to be in an instance with people, or am I going to be all alone? Okay. Oh. Okay, I'm just going to boost and shut down the... what's it called? Flight assist. Easy. Okay. That was it. Let's do some camera things, if I remember my keybinds correctly. Okay, what's free camera? Oh, that one. See if I can get a view on the very dangerous space flowers. Die. Ouch, that was the wrong button. There they are, and they've left. Well, was quite exciting.
System reboot sequence initiated.
Okay, do I have enough fuel for the... oh, last jump. Probably. I'm coming to think of it. Probably lots of people who are shipping their stuff by carrier, like the Guardian artifacts and stuff that are needed. But I imagine it to be very, very frustrating if you have like a Type 9 or other slow and big ship, where you gathered all Guardian artifacts for a few hours, then to be just blown up shortly before reaching your goal. Oh yeah. Not my problem. I mean, I guess a way to circumvent it would be to land at a station nearby, and then at the cost of additional time to just ship everything piece by piece in small increments to the mega ship or station. Okay. Type 9 heavy. Wrong button again. Okay, let's do a honk and then change modes. Now let's just get to a nearby station. Or the nav beacon. Or something. Okay, lots of unexplored and unidentified. Is there even a nav beacon? There should be. Let me do a check. Would be quite helpful if there were, otherwise I'm going to just do some small exploring of the system. Oh. But yeah, no nav beacon. Let's check the system map. Wait for the things to load in. Well, let's see. Okay, it's only mega ships in here. Fair enough. Bright Sentinel or Heart of Taurus. Since the Bright Sentinel is right over the station, let's just go there. And hopefully there's going to be some missions to do, otherwise I mean, technically I don't really need missions, I could just loiter in the system and do some signal sources and sightseeing. Yeah, Type 9 is probably on its way to one of the mega ships. Not really much going on in the system chat, which is a slight surprise. Well, what help, words, okay, what service, oh, there was, okay, I'm not very good at talking. Okay, let's see what the services of the megaship are, as long as I don't blow past it at several thousand light seconds. Market information, features, lots of things. Okay, that was the wrong button. Okay, 2 cutters and a heavy. Now, I guess that's a cutter that's currently right behind me. Yes, it is. And it's scanning me. And I hope that I look very threatening. Or not. Okay, looks like I'm not interesting enough, which is fine by me. Maybe these... Well, to be fair, I'm not sure what the name of the ship is. Quad Dibbler. But it's probably means something. Just not sure what it is. But might just be people that are trying to look out for pirates and stuff. Which is kind of cool, I guess. Okay, any interesting things in the system? No. Let's just leave it open and see if there's anything going to be said. Yes? Now, since the planet is permit-locked, visiting the structures on the ground is not going to be much of a plan. But if there are no missions actively distributed, I'm going to check out the nearby moon that is not permit-locked and check out some signal sources, which are most likely, with 99% certainty, just normal ones. But that could be interesting as well. And since that is a sort of roughly potato-shaped moon, might even be able to do some interesting jumping around in my SRV, which I think is the Scorpion in this. Okay, let's awkwardly turn around and please select the space station. I mean the mega ship. Okay. Okay. Looks like I'm too close to turn around. Let's just get some distance in there. Okay, let's not accidentally land on the planet or get kicked into the exclusion zone. Okay. Very good. But yeah, made it here in about 25 minutes, I guess. Now, relating to that, the stream time is probably going to be about 2 hours or longer. It really depends on how well things are going. Okay. Some vaguely Middle Eastern music. Let's request docking permission.
Docking request granted.
Very nice. Now pad number 6. Where is it? Let's just be bored and scan the MiG-29 Fulcrum in there. Okay, it doesn't really look like he is doing much criminal things, I guess. I mean, it would be kind of exciting to come across a person that wants to do PvP, but my ship is under-engineered and
Landing gear deployed.
I'm not a very good pilot.
Engines disengaged.
But who knows, maybe the 20 seconds of destruction that I'm going to receive would be somewhat interesting. Or at least I get a respawn point in the system now. I don't think the thing has a conquest. Let's see if there's anything interesting available to do. And just as I feared, nothing is here to do. Well, fair enough. Okay. Oh, I can disembark. Sure. Oh yeah, mega ships have interiors now. Kind of forgot about that part. Okay, let's all witness the FPS die. We're currently at 28 to 30.
No gravity. Magnetic contact active.
But I guess it could be interesting to, for the first time, see some mega ship interiors. Okay, so surprisingly the elevators has all the polygons. Let's see if the stream is going to be stable in about 4 seconds. (13 encode FPS. Now that is well, that is some quality. Okay, I'm going to just do a quick jog through here and see if there's any mission being offered. Then I'm going to quickly evacuate the area due to the lack of frames. You want something? Let's take a look outside the window. Yes, very window. Very dog. Yes. Okay, if I look this way and do nothing, the FPS is 29 to 31, which is quite helpful if nothing is really moving. But okay, let's go to the this guy.
You looking for a new weapon or to upgrade an old one?
You look strikingly similar to the person on
If I
Fisher
don't have
Terminal.
it, it's not worth having.
Let's see if there's anything
None of these guns will let you down.
interesting that happens to be in stock. Doesn't really seem like it. At the slight hope that
Take your
somebody
time.
did sell their interesting gear, but no
Sure you've
luck.
got everything.
Yeah.
Come back when you're ready.
Okay, let's run away from the horrible FPS and take this as a unfortunate indication that any settlement related activities are going to be a bad idea. Okay. Let me quickly check my audio because the little indicator that shows me how the sound is does do some weird stuff. Maybe it's just a bit of lag, but hopefully didn't completely ruin it. Let's check how it sounds. Seems to be okay. And the echo should be gone. Now, where do I go? Where do I go? Where do I go? What do I do? Let's go to HIP 2246010C and see if there is anything interesting to discover. Okay. Advanced maintenance. Do I have a limpet controller with me? I don't think so. Okay, SRV is Scorpion, very nice. Okay. Well, let's do some relaxing point of interest visiting, I guess. But FPS is still suffering. Should recover in a moment.
Landing gear retracted. Ship released. Engines engaged.
Okay, 31, and it should have somewhat recovered. But yeah, since the FPS is how it is, it's probably just going to be a 2-hour stream most likely.
Frameshift drive charging.
So,
3, 2, 1. Engage.
wait, since that system here doesn't have a nav beacon, I can maybe do some mapping of it. Let's get out of the planetary approach distance and launch some probes to get some indication of what there is to see and find.
Surface scanned by 50%. Surface scan complete.
Oh, very nice. Okay, some lava spouts. Sounds interesting. Yeah, but since it is a relatively small potato, I don't really need to do much scanning. Now, free geological signals. If I remember things correctly, the stuff should
Orbital flight engaged.
sort of come up on sensors. Yeah. What are you? Are you in space? That one appears to be in space. Huh. Now, how do I look at help? Okay. Maybe I'm just going to stubbornly land on the surface, which could be a good idea to just check how the FPS are in general on the planet. But yeah, still, I guess I can also do some sightseeing in the area. Let's just... Oh wait, since it's... Oh no, it has 0.12J, which I think is a bit... too much for trying to get a SRV into orbit by sheer speed and force of will. Help. Okay, what I'm trying to do is use my middle mouse button to get into the look around camera, but it doesn't always work that well. Okay, I wanted to land at a place where I could look up at the moon, but turns out that didn't work. Let's just land and then see if there's anything interesting. Maybe there's going to be some vaguely interestingly shaped rock. That could be something. Landing on the night side isn't really helping, but who knows?
Landing gear deployed.
Let's just touch down somewhere and then cry about the state of my FPS. Okay, 25. Why? Doo-doo-doo-doo. Ah, yes. Planet. Okay, standing still. 30 FPS, very nice. Okay, let's do a bit of wandering around. Admire the stone textures. Very much stone. Do a bit of running. And FPS is okay. Okay, let's investigate the rock. Yes. Yes. Very much rock. Okay, oh. Okay, yeah, let's get into orbit again. And, try to find the lava sites. And maybe figure out how to get points of interest. Points of interest. Indicated on the contact board. Be very nice if I could figure that part out. No, it did say it had... Wait, let's do the system map. Maybe a specific planetary map is going to show me if there's any... interesting places to go to. Guess I've landed here. Now let's wait for it to load. Okay, it's a rocky world with little or no surface metal content. Worlds like this have lost most of their volatiles due to past heating, and any metallic content will form a small central core. Woohoo! Is there on the planet? Okay, I could go to the geysers. These things, geysers. Not really sure how it is pronounced. And do some jumping into space, which could end. I mean, it won't get too high, since I have a jump boost on my Maverick suit. Maybe going to end somewhat okay. Okay, I'm just going to wait one more minute to see if there is going to be anything of note being loaded in, or if it's just going to display this for quite a while without much change. Very nice planet. Yes. Well, because I have to figure out another way to find a volcanism. But it has iron, sulfur, carbon, nickel, phosphorus, chromium, germanium, vanadium, cadmium, tellurium, and some nubium. And 3 geological features that are somewhere. Somewhere. I mean, I did have a scarab SRV, so trying to get any resources is going to end much. It's not going to be as effective.
Landing gear retracted.
Now, let's just press spacebar for a few seconds. Contacts. Okay, no contacts in range. That is unfortunate.
Frameshift drive charging.
Now, if it weren't tanking my FPS recording, I would now go to Google and look up the way. Oops. How geological features are displayed these days. But let's just do some good old-fashioned trying without a plan. Now, is there a sub-menu? Surface map. Bookmark. Pilot's Handbook Exploration. Okay. Let's take on the brakes and go back here. Go here and get the surface map, which is probably going to be the same map I had a minute ago. Yes. Very interesting. Yes. Okay. Now, surface scanner. Is that going to be any help? I'm probably very clueless, which is very likely. But Yeah. Is unfortunate. So let's go and do some sightseeing after doing one more pass around the planet. Okay, is there anything interesting being said in the system chat? No, there's just a
Orbital flight engaged.
very, very good liner out there. 1% of all liners out there. Key. Is that a surface thing? That's just a signal source. Well, let's go over to the overlook, faction and installation, and see what that is about once I lock my camera again. And I guess do some sightseeing. Since there isn't much to do. A good question is if there's... I mean, I wonder what's going to happen. I'm probably just going to be a lore vent. Just some lore text and some, like wreckages and stuff scattered around. Because I don't think that they're going to reveal anything grand before the next update drops. But maybe there is the very slight chance that it is actually the case. Oh, hello. Okay, the overlook has gone and decided to get a very corrosive treatment. Is there anything that I can scoop up? Just some interesting things. If I remember things correctly, going into the dust mist thing is going to be a bad idea. Okay, let's stay out of the cloud and maybe get some interesting looks of the wreckage with the camera. Well, it still slowly but surely loads in. Okay. Oop. Okay, accidentally deployed my hard points. But, yes. Looks very damaged. Yes. Okay. Let's do some cinematic flying, I guess. Yeah. Let's see how that goes. Okay, this way I shouldn't hit the caustic cloud. Oop. Okay, only not stable 30 FPS, but I hope it looks somewhat okay. I guess this is going to be a relaxed, just looking around the place kind of stream today, which is fine by me. Okay, how far can the camera zoom out? Looks like they get really pointed it now, but the engine effect for the trail effect for my engines is a bit displaced. Maybe a symptom of me playing at like medium graphical settings or something. Okay, dangerously close to that caustic cloud. But I think I can make it to the megaship, which is quite around the corner, quite fast. Okay, let's zoom a bit in. I need to remember to not press spacebar, since that is going to unanchor the camera from the ship and that's just going to zoom away. Okay, it doesn't look like I have caustic damage on me. Hey, that was some nice shots and some nice popping in of textures and lighting. Now let's... Incoming operation update. Hit me. Oh, all medical and... Okay. Oh. Okay, my info panel I can't refresh, or can I? Just panic-induced. Nice picture. Let's do some... No, okay. I did not auto-accept submission and have no message up here. But I guess it was just sort of a prompt to tell me to do the community goal. I mean, fair enough. But yeah, let's look at my very flattering commander picture. Okay, let's go to the Oath of Tindarius or something. And then right after that to the INV Audacious Dream. And what is that? That is a megaship, the Oath of Tindarius. Which sounds quite imperial.
Cannot comply.
Let's zoom out of here.
Cannot comply. Cannot comply.
Okay.
Cannot comply.
Pressing a button multiple times usually makes things work.
Cannot comply.
Oh.
Frameshift drive
I
charging.
mean, reading that the hardpoints are deployed might help.
4, 3, 2, 1.
I mean, what most people are excited for, what probably comes with the next update is, or some people are excited for, is the, like, Fargoid mothership combat zones. That are going to come at some point. At some point. If they are mostly bug-free. And since the normal X combat zones do have sometimes an instancing bug, which is unfortunately a symptom of peer-to-peer. Let's just see how it's going to turn out. But I would actually be surprised if after tomorrow they are just going to suddenly reveal the Fargoid motherships to just have arrived. But it would be interesting if it were to reveal a new type of Fargoid interceptor. That would be cool. Or maybe it will finally reveal Salvation as the sort of bad guy. Or yeah. There is multiple possibilities to what it might be in the end, so about what day away to find out. Okay, let's hope that the ship is somewhat in the ring, which would be quite good for looks, and it's quite fired. Okay, it would have been quite good for looks and for navigation. Okay, I don't have an interceptor. I mean, I don't have an interdictor. Because I'm getting a tiny bit bored and played with the thought of just randomly assaulting people. Okay, let's drop in at an ominous 666 kilometers. That's a great omen. At least system chat is having fun. Now let's see what the megaship does for interesting things. Okay, looks very much like a megaship. Yes, very modular, very nice. I'll just do some flying around and get a closer look. I guess this is the same model of megaship as the other one. Oh, let's try to get some good, like, views or even pictures of the thing. If I handle my device correctly. I mean, currently, the lighting, the low graphic settings are quite easy to spot with the, I don't know the exact term, but how the... Oh, I disconnected the thing accidentally. Press spacebar. Oops. Oops. I mean, it looks that my ship is spinning violently. Not violently, but randomly. Okay. Let's do some stabilization, but I guess there's not going to be much grandiose views or shots to be made, although it looks kind of nice with the planet, the other gas giant, visible through the ring over there. Boop. But yes, and let's be a critic of the of the environment and be like, well, I think this scene really does have only like monotone colors. It's just too much white and gray in there. Not really good for photo. Okay. Yeah, well, that is the megaship. Very, very exciting. Yeah, let's go to the Imperial ship. And then see if there's anything else interesting, and maybe do some... I guess I can go to the settlement that's on HIP 224601. And maybe check out the asteroid fields, but if they had anything interesting in them, it probably would have already been reported on the expected places. Or I would be surprised, but it would be actually quite funny if everybody just assumed that there's nothing in the asteroid belts, but inside is like a very important lore-related item, but everybody was like, if there was something interesting, probably would have been discovered already in that, and just nobody got in there.
Drive charging.
But since there are people that are currently mapping thousands of systems to find Raxla or something, I wouldn't dare that somebody just ran into that asteroid belt and checked out every asteroid. Okay. What I could ask, if anybody's interested in a sort of gunsling duel. Let's see, my presser is a level 2, but I could buy a level 1 and then... Well, I could ask someone to meet me on the planet's surface and be like, have a good old-fashioned duel, only with the pistols. Let's do the boring sightseeing first. Okay, the Anaconda named Anaconda of Commander Zbba, which is not how it's being, probably not how it's supposed to be said, but the Bubba is how I say it, which doesn't really matter. So now I need to really debate with myself whether or not awkward silence would be better, or if trying to be funny is a good idea. Okay, let's get closer to the Imperial ship. Not sure how big the stay out or we shoot you in the face zone is. Probably 2 kilometers or something. Okay, let's get closer. I mean, it's probably really has been said like 1,000 times already. But like the Imperial capital ships are really more like big space yacht. Space. How do English people say yacht? Yacht or something? Because by the way, I'm German. In German, you say yacht, but in English, it's sort of a weird yacht, I guess. But yeah, what I want to say is, compared to federal capital ships, the Imperial ones look sort of like space yachts. But yeah, that's about all I have to say. I can get quite close unless I miss the warnings. Oh, not really. Well, let's do some poking. Let's do some poking around. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, not sure if that detail was always there. So let's. Okay. Well, it does does things that I can only describe as space noises. That it has also deployed its guns. Not sure if it's going to shoot me in a moment, but I can not zoom in any further. But yeah, I guess this is supposed to be like the bridge at some point. I mean, yeah, it really does look like it. Because I'm not sure if that detail was always there, but yeah. I mean, sort of interesting. Would be cool if at some point there's like small NPCs added that just awkwardly stand in there. And with NPCs I mean 2D sprites. Yeah, what I never really understood, it's not the correct way of saying it, but I guess what I mean is, what I always find a bit odd about the design of the Elite Dangerous spaceship is that they have unnecessarily large windows. But I guess it's a more aesthetic choice, but I don't think the capital ships need that big of a window. I mean, unless that's some super duper mega armored glass to just have a bridge like this exposed is kind of a bad idea. But I mean, this thing is more of a space yacht than anything else, but yeah. Okay. Oh, that's the Embassy Dock 1A. Okay. That's cool. But what I find actually quite cool about these ships is that they have a habitation ring, which does have some greenery in it, which is quite interesting. But no, let's do sort of. I think looking at this interior here, it makes the presumed consoles in the bridge that we just saw perhaps even a bit oversized. Maybe. But if you like compare the 2D sprite trees to the size of the consoles that we just saw on the sort of bridge, bit big, but it's obviously just a space holder. Okay, but let's look at the I guess. Maybe it's just a distant thing, but those are quite big consoles. Okay, incredibly interesting excursion to the I&V Audacious Dream is basically concluded, but let's do a bit. Let's look at a few more parts and then move on to something else. Okay. Oh,
Hull integrity compromised.
very nice.
Shields offline.
Do. Guess that's a launch bay of sorts. Yes, there is. Do. Wait a minute.
Taking damage.
Okay, not sure how I just took damage, but okay. I mean, how do you get onto the ring? I mean,
Shields online.
there could be a sort of engineering solution to get on the ring without stopping it. But it would be kind of funny if every time somebody wanted to get off and on the ring, you had to stop it or take a little small shuttle to it. Now, is there anything else interesting except for HRP 22460? What even is on the surface of HRP 22460? Let's do a short look while I reverse. Well. Not much loading. Very nice. But it got a ring. That's something. Because I have to scan it. Yeah. Got some volcanism even. It's also very obvious. Now,
Cannot
let's
comply. Frameshift drive
jump
charging.
into hyperspace. Not hyperspace, but let's jump and see if there's any interesting signal sources to find. And then just ask some strangers in system chat if they want to shoot me in the face. But everything at the time it's supposed to be. Let's look for some signal sources. Let's just home in on the closest one, which is most likely going to be Far Guides. Okay. Let's just scan the ships around and try to get some context clues whether or not they are elite Sidewinder. Whether or not they have some very obvious piratey names for their ships. That might not be the case. Non-human signal source. That is not so nice. Is there any more information? Oh, threat level 6. I should have packed my anti-Fargate gear. Well, whoops. Okay, and let's see what the other one is. Non-human signal source, threat level 4. Probably just all non-human signal sources. Which, yeah, I guess makes sense. Non-human signal source, threat level 5. Well, let's check out the surface installation on HIP 22460. Maybe that's something interesting. Maybe we're meeting some people there. Maybe. That could be interesting. I hope. Nice photo of my shoulder. Anything interesting? The portrait of my commander really looks sort of creepy. Like half in a shadow. A silhouette. Sort of like you villain from a cartoon or something. Okay. The star is very bright. Let's monitor system chat for anything interesting. Oh, funnily enough, they are just repeating the classic. Oh, pirating stuff is going on, that's cool. But they're just repeating the, or two of them are at least, repeating the classic NPC lines. Which is kind of neat, I guess. Hey, once I've been there, I could check the galaxy map if anything inhabited is in the area. Okay, looks like the planet rings look kind of weird. Probably courtesy of a bug. It's probably due to my hardware limitations. Okay, let's get closer and launch some probes. Too fast. Okay, let's just boop. Oh, boop, boop, boop. Okay, that hit the ring.
Surface scan complete.
Ah. Doop-a-doo. Let's see if I can sort of aim the things in a way. Ah. Let's try to do some creative shooting. Maybe I can hit it without doing much repositioning.
Surface scan complete.
Okay, I wonder what this is going to impact. Oh. Let's see. Let's try some more shots there. And then just get closer. Okay, I'm not getting much about that going from here. Okay, and let's lots of hotspot. Whatever what lump site is. Never heard of that. But there is a Rod plump side hotspot. Good to know. Now, is the resumed surface installation on my scanner? Doesn't seem like it. But let's launch some more probes, I guess. Oh. Ah. Okay, let's do some more shooting like this. Boop, 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 boop. Very exciting gameplay, I know. Since I can't find the settlement on the planet, maybe I should just ask if anybody is interested in shooting me in the face.
Surface scan complete.
Okay, surface scan complete. Geological or geological things. Okay, signals filter all. What does that mean? See, signals filtered one thing that hindered me from seeing the things that were underground, or am I now filtering all things? Oh shit. Let's go to the mine of wreckage, I guess. I guess the filter really... Well, I guess the filter was the issue. Well, well, well. Good thing I found that out after 40 minutes. Let's get to the mine of wreckage.
Orbital flight.
Can I change? Yes, I can. Okay, then I'm going to return to the other planet, to the, like, accompanying moon, and look at things that are there. Maybe I'm going to find some interesting engineering materials. Maybe. Okay, hopefully I managed to make the approach be okay. Okay, let's just do a small investigation of the area. That hopefully won't tank my FPS. I'll then go back to the small moon, presuming that I can delude myself into the idea that I'm very close to discovering something interesting there. Which is most likely to be not the case. But it would be cool if it were to happen, I guess. Oh, yep. Oh, I remember how the point of interest thing was still was randomized just before the moment you landed, and it was always this annoying circle that was always going like and then over here and then over there and then over there and it always very weirdly decided to find the point of interest outside of your field of view, so it could load in the textures or the structures properly.
Landing gear deployed. Warning, you have entered a trespass zone.
Well, the trespass zone can do things.
Warning. Suit thermal limit exceeded.
Okay, don't mind me, I'm just slowly cooking to death. Oh, there's a gas thing over there. Always. Okay, some floating things. Are you looking at me? Fear the wrath of my over-engineered gun, that's actually not too useful. Oh, never mind. It actually is so. I'm surprised. Let me just shoot the containers. It might have valuables. Impressive aim. Well. Very interesting. Well. Nice area, I guess. Well, let's go back to the ship. Oh, I sort of dive heat stroke, I guess. But okay, looks like I don't have to ask anyone to shoot me in the face just yet. What are the containers on the ground? Oh, nothing. Good to know.
Landing gear retracted.
Now, what is there? Well, I'm now a wanted criminal. I can already feel the wrath of the local police coming upon me. Those cutters probably will attack me as soon as they see me. I hope the penal colony isn't too far away.
Frameshift drive charging.
Okay,
4, 3, 2, 1.
let's just go back to the planet that I... Oh look, the FNS Fortitude is nearby. Sure, let's check out that ship as well. Surely I won't get blown up over there. I missed the FNS Fortitude. Please hold. Maybe there have been some texture updates to the Federal ships. Probably not, but maybe. Okay, but now this adds a very interesting and very I don't know what a good adjective is, but very tense narrative to the stream where I have to evade the local self-proclaimed police, I guess. I have no idea what I'm saying, but yeah. Let's very slowly get past the ring and then take a look at the FNS Fortitude. What's going on in system chat? Just a line of making sure that we don't forget that it is the top 1% of all the liners out there. Now we should accelerate any minute now. How far is the other thing away? It's not the map, but let's show. Let's look for some civilization. It looks pretty uncivilized, I'd like to say. If I do say so myself, I guess. Lots of grey. Not much others. Well. Realistic mode. Well. Oh. Let's see if there's anything interesting if the FNS Fortitude, or if it's just as interesting as all the previous things. It probably is. Is there any multi-crew things going on. Bounty hunting. Very nice. Any further activities? No. Any community goals? No. The support for the Rust-Free 110 Natural Services and the Rust-Free 110 Cartel is still burning question. I mean, not sure when those community goals were, but for over half a year now, that has been the static sort of display. A choice between support for community goals, so that's good to know. What am I even wanted for? I guess trespassing. Okay, only a fine of 1,200. That is not too horrible. Getting close to landing. Well, not landing, but dropping in. Oh, hopefully I'm not going too fast. Looks actually quite okay. Boop. System link error. Security response unavailable. Okay, that's probably a measure for people to be able to take a close look at the capital ships. Nice engine trails. Or is that just lens flares? Looks like it's engine trails. Very nice. Okay, now let's go closer and check out the warship. That sort of looks like a warship. Let's also check if it has any big and obvious windows. Some big space antennas. Very nice. Some things. And let's go in between the things, I guess. Big engines. Well, let's try to make it look good by aligning and going back and then going in slowly. Maybe that will make things look sort of good. Let's go in at a smooth 10 to 5 meters per second. Okay, 10. Let's see if I manage to do these things quite fast. I mean, this looks sort of cool. But can't really look inside. The camera won't let me. Oh well. This looks sort of cool, I guess. Well. Let's go and crash into that catwalk. Much. By the way, yes, I do have Odyssey. But now let's get back to the other planet, orbiting the one with the it's the galaxy map. Permit lock, and then take a look at the points of interests ever there. HIP 2246010C. Oh. Okay. 1,447 light seconds. Okay. Frame shift mass locked. Okay. Yeah, Odyssey is installed. Let's get over there.
4, 3,
And take a look at the points of interest that are down there. Yeah, I can play Frontline Solutions, but it's not good for a stream because my frame rate goes to like 20 FPS. Not really going to do any ground missions that are close to settlements with lots of polygons in them, because my stream can't handle it for whatever reason. It could at one point, but currently it's not very good at it. Which thing? I'm currently playing on, I think it was either low or medium graphic settings, but I think it's low. Not really sure what the issue is. Could be a software thing or something else. Well, let's do a short check to see how the graphics are. Might as well do that. Yes, mid is the current quality, and for some reason jet counts on high. Good to know. But I guess I can do some test runs on low graphic settings and see if that is going to be a good improvement to the FPS for the stream. At least the in-game FPS are fine, just the stream that isn't. Oh, you've just bought the game. I mean, it's a fun game to play. Just if you do things like engineering, it can become a tiny bit time consuming, but if you just play it for the sake of playing it to have a sort of space adventure, it's a quite good game. And yeah, Frontline Solutions is, I mean, it's pretty basic in terms of what you do and what your objectives are and how the gameplay is, but it's fun. But it's quite basic, capture the zones, flags sort of gameplay. Okay, let's slow down and get closer to the planet and see if there's any interesting points of interest. While my frame rate suffers for whatever reason. Okay, maybe just loaded in some details of the planet. Let's get closer. Oh no, I'm just doing stuff. Blah, blah. A little bit of a voice crack there.
orbital flight engaged.
I'm just looking around the system, in which currently is the community goal, and maybe something interesting might happen tomorrow, and there might pop up some new points of interest in the system. I'm just going to do a sort of relaxed looking around. Nothing in particular. I really haven't played the game in like 2 months, so I'm still sort of figuring out how to do things. Now, I really hope that I get some points of interest to show up. Oh no, wait, I might have the filters still on that, so let's reset those. Now I should maybe, hopefully, get some points of interest on the ground. Okay, let's just drop it down and sort of reset the nav panel that way. And maybe some things like crash sites and stuff are going to load in. Oops.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay. Now hopefully I get some places to go down, or I might have to actually ask if there's anyone in the system willing to shoot me in the face. We have some interesting things to do. Okay, let's activate the... Came out of range for some reason. Okay, let's get into a higher orbit. Doesn't really seem like they're spawning any... Doesn't seem like there are any points of interest spawning on the planet for whatever reason. On my filter is still set weirdly. Okay, that should take care of it. Oh, I'm playing in like the open game mode, which is basically the regular server where you can meet other people and stuff, as opposed to like solo or private groups. Okay, quite disappointed there are no things spawning on the ground. Oh well. Let's go over to HRP 2246010A, and maybe that has some
Orbital flight engaged.
ground things spawning. And let's hope that the local players won't blow me out of the sky because I have a bounty on me. Courtesy of shooting down some skimmers guarding some cargo containers near crash site. Okay, what's that guy over there? That is an AX ship, so I'm most likely not going to shoot at me, unless I shoot at him. Okay. Okay, I'm going to get closer for some maybe I'm going to fire some probes, but or that reset the filter. Maybe that has something to do with it. Maybe I should scan the planet without having any filters applied. Okay, let's slow down and not shoot past a moon or planet. I guess it's a moon. Oh, thank you. I was wondering if the audio quality is good, and I'm glad that it appears to be that way. Let's just realign the ship to shoot down some probes. Oh. Okay, since this seems fairly small, it should be mapped quite fast.
Scanned by 50%.
Doo-doo.
Surface scan complete.
Okay, very nice. Now, wait, let's
Orbital flight engaged.
check if there are any filters applied. Seem like it. Now, is there anything on my map? Either I'm doing something wrong or I'm looking at the incorrect menu. Okay, let's get a tiny bit more closer and look at the scan again. I think I have completed the scan. Yeah. But the filter option is not there. Oh well. Well, then let's get some distance to the planet and then reapproach it. Maybe that is going to fix it. But it's weird that I only had the option to look at... What was I? I'm not sure which planet it was, but I think it was this one. No, not this one. It was one with a ring, which probably was one of the... Oh. I guess it was this one. That one had surface signals to explore. Okay. I guess I'm going back to that planet. Maybe it has something to do with the size of the planets and that this is fairly far outside of populated space. Since the system doesn't even have a nav beacon, that might have something to do with it. Okay, let's get one more look. Okay, 100% mapped. Well, this looks sort of nice, I guess. Okay. Now, one more flyby to see if anything pops up on my map. But it does... Ouch. Does not seem that way. Now let's go to HIP 224607 BRD, since that had things to actually explore. I mean, I guess crickets and stuff are advertised as food because in the future everyone is eating bugs because they're sort of easy to make as a source of nutrition. Probably not the most tasty food unless you artificially enhance it, but yeah.
4, 3, 2, 1,
But I guess it's a sort of easy way of producing lots of food of protein rather fast without too many resources such as very large fields, which sort of makes sense for a big space-faring civilization. But to be fair, the Elite Dangerous universe and lore is a sort of bleak place to live. So that might have something to do with that as well. I know in the game Earth is still there, but yeah, there's lots of people, lots of planets, and I guess it's just a sort of stylistic choice. Looks like I've... Oh, was I at that planet? Fully mapped this one, have I? Not sure what artifacts are there for, but I think it's just some rare trading commodity. Okay, so no filter selected for here. Okay, maybe things will spawn in now. But I can show you on the galaxy map that Earth is basically still there. Ah. It appears the local police has arrived. And I'm just going to flee. In my hopefully superior speed. Just going to mash the boost button.
Frameshift drive charging.
No. Please. Okay, it looks like it's going to end very fast.
Frameshift drive charging.
Since the other player's probably in quite the engineered ship. Whee! Maybe I should high rake, but I guess that's sort of too late to decide now. Let's just awkwardly jiggle around and maybe get out. Doesn't really seem like I'll be able to get out of it. Okay, looks like his friend has arrived. I only stole some cargo. But maybe they think I'm a very evil and aggressive ganker. Okay, let's do some spinning. That's a good trick. Oh, frick off.
Warning. Impulse attack. Trajectory disruption.
Let me just... send that out.
Eject. Eject. Eject.
Well, looks like the local Department of Justice has got me. I should have never gotten into the trespass zone on some crash site. Well, so much for that. Very tragic loss, I guess. Anything interesting lost? Just some photography data. Now let's see where I'm going to be. Put back into space. Play this sector HR-WD1-79. Oh boy, that sounds like 500 light years away. But at least it is a California nebula. Okay. Did I manage to send out... Yes, I did. A little angry face to convey my disapproval of the situation. Okay, where was I? Is that HIP 22460? Okay, that's fairly close. I can make that back, and let's... We saw the show Earth on the galaxy map. Let's go in and... Oh, what's the button? Okay, let's take a look. Sol is the real name of our solar system, and here we are. Textures are not loading for Jupiter and stuff, but Earth is right here. Very nice description of it. But yeah, Earth is basically still there. Also, Mars has been terraformed. After all, it's the year 3308. Quite a tiny bit in the future. And Earth has a population of... not sure what it is noted. Well, I guess the system has a total population of 22.8 billion. Which is quite a lot. The current world population is about 7 to 8 billion. But okay. LE5 jumps back. It wasn't really a big loss since I have enough credits, and it was to be expected that the local volunteer police force would just shoot me down for having a fine of a staggering 1,200 credits for trespassing. But they gotta do what they gotta do, even if it's a bit pity. Okay, do I have anything that I can pay off? So I'm here. Any bounties, any bonds, anything? It doesn't look like it. Okay. Luckily, I'm very much close by. Let's just jump back. But yeah, I can understand how this can be very frustrating if you don't have the money to buy your things back. But it's a very nice view. Let's do some... Blah. Let's look at it with the camera. I can't really get a good angle, but it sort of works. But yeah, the planets with the tenuous atmospheres do look actually quite nice, especially sunrises and other light effects on them.
Landing gear retracted.
But would have been cool if they would have engaged in some sort of roleplay or something. Yeah, crime punishment in Elite Dangerous is a bit weird. One of my favorite station announcements is one of the station announcements in the Federal space, which approximately goes like, loitering is a crime, punishable by death. Which seems a bit excessive, but okay. I guess in the future things are quite different, and you get your ship full of people blown up if you loiter with it. Let's go into Super Cruise fast.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, but I guess this moment also showcased a bit of the downside of Elite, that you can't really engage in any unregulated PvP content if you don't have a very engineered ship, which takes quite a bit of time to make. So yeah, but at least there's lots of other things to do.
Frameshift drive charging.
Okay, let's just go back to the system and maybe check if I can land on the thing. No. What I mean is, maybe the planets will now have something to land nearby. As far as I know, the in-game explanation for your respawns is that you, upon destruction of your ship, escape in a little escape pod, and then you get picked up by the Pilots Federation, which is the organization your pilot is in-lore part of, and then just get brought to the next back station, and you get a replacement ship for the one you've lost. But in lore, if you quote-unquote die, you don't really die. Same for ground missions. Instead of saying you died, it just says something like you received critical trauma or went unconscious. So that is basically the explanation, that you don't really die, which I mean is fair enough and as an explanation for it.
Fuel scooping.
And if anybody really wants to, like, play the game in a way that means that if they die forever, they can sort of delete their character every time they get blown up. Which might actually be a thing, that there are some people that do that. I mean, it adds extra challenge, I guess. Makes the game more thrilling, but
Scoop disengaged.
at a certain point it's probably not a good idea if you have
Drive charging.
put too much time in engineering and stuff. But on the other hand, there are people that have multiple characters where they grind all of the engineering stuff for them as well. So,
4, 3, 2.
but I think the respawn screen even shows like a little message that says like Ranger Rescue or something. Okay.
Fuel scooping.
2 more jumps. Press the wrong mouse button again.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Wrong.
Frameshift drive charging.
Okay. Not sure what you mean with your latest chat message, but
4,
okay.
2.
But related to that, I mean, you take damage on like plants when they are too hot or too cold, which is neat. And I guess it doesn't really. Sun looks interesting. Never mind. Textures just failed to load. Ah, okay. Yeah, summer is. It's getting worse in many regions. Put it that way. I have also the suspicion that ground zones are not that streamable on my end currently because computers get very hot and summer might.
Frameshift drive charging.
And summer is like adding to that issue, making the graphic card perform worse, I suppose. At the beginning of summer, I even had my computer shut a few times down during stream, presumably because it overheated.
3, 2.
Oh. Okay. Let's just do the usual thing of boosting away, since I have... You know what, let's just get scanned. I do have Guardian modules on my ship,
Energy surge detected.
so let's see if they blow me up because of it. I really haven't seen the scan effect in a long time, so let's just take a look at it again. Okay, who's going to do the scanning? Slightly out of view. How you doing? Everything's cool?
Sequence initiated. Thrusters online.
Ouch. Okay, looks like I didn't really care about my Guardian components.
Frameshift anomaly.
And there they go. Any second now. Okay. Oh, those were the Fargoids that are the alien race, which humans are currently at war with in the game. And those are Fargoids, Fargoid interceptors. And the system I'm currently at, HIP, or going to be at, HIP 22460, is currently day side of a super weapon that's being built to combat them. But yeah, if you haven't heard of it, I can like put the in-game news article on. And I'm still wanted in the system, which is obvious, I guess. That's the incorrect one. Let's do it like this.
Federation targets narcotics.
Never mind.
Guardian artifacts needed to power superweapon. Pilots Federation alert.
Okay.
Azimuth Biotech urgently requires deliveries of Guardian artifacts to HIP 22460 as vital components of the Proteus wave. Salvation issued an official request to the Allied, Federal and Imperial task forces, which was then shared via public channels. We have now begun assembly of the Proteus wave. Our existing stockpile of Guardian material was sufficient to begin construction, but we must now establish a supply line capable of delivering the quantity needed to finish the weapon. Azimuth Biotech has established an initiative to encourage independent pilots to supply the Bright Sentinel megaship with Guardian commodities. Azimuth are also offering additional ship liveries to contributors. Pilots can deliver any combination of Guardian caskets, orbs, relics, tablets, totems and urns to the Bright Sentinel megaship in the HIP 22460 system.
Okay.
Far God cult condemns salvation.
Let's
Azimuth
go to the
Biotech's
Bright Sentinel where I
operation
can
in the HIP 2246.
probably pay off my fine. Let's see if there's any more.
Leaders respond
Oh,
to
let's listen
Azimuth
to that one.
initiative. The anti-Zeno operation in HIP 22460 involving Azimuth Biotech and the superpowers has drawn comments from prominent political figures. Emperor Arison Lavany Duval. I agree with Senator Patrias that supporting Azimuth's proposal remains our most practical course of action. However, alternative options for tackling the Thargoid threat are required. Princess Aisling Duval. Salvation is clearly a master of self-promotion and public manipulation. I only hope that the Empire does not regret associating with this distasteful individual. Prime Minister Edmund Mahon. Our military presence in HIP 22460, coupled with the Strategic Defense Pact with Sirius Corporation, shows that the long-term security of Allied systems remains our priority. Councillor Nakato Kane. Two ruthless corporations with disreputable histories, and the Alliance is now collaborating with both. This a deeply regrettable chapter in our history. President Zachary Hudson. I have every confidence in the Federal Navy to protect Salvation while the Proteus wave is prepared. This is a long overdue reprisal against an intractable and relentless enemy. Shadow President Felicia Winters. Azimuth's superweapon is effective, I'll admit. But I'm unhappy with relying on this clandestine organization, rather than an accountable anti-Zeno agency. CEO Li Yongrui. Sirius Corporation is observing activities in HIP 22460 with great interest. I am keen to explore cooperation with Azimuth Biotech on developing new products using Proteus wave technology. Simguru Pranav Antal. The advanced electromagnetic sciences developed by the Guardians over 1 million years ago remain poorly understood, even to Utopia's keenest minds. The safety and effectiveness of Salvation's device cannot be guaranteed.
Okay.
Operation Witch Hunter.
But yeah, basically, in lore in the system currently, there's being built a large super weapon that's supposed to combat the Thargoids, which are the sort of evil aliens, I guess. Or like the aliens that humanity is currently at war with. And tomorrow, it's maybe finished or not. Who knows? But yeah, there are also distinct opinions regarding Salvation, as can be seen in system chat. I quote, "Slavation is a hoe," written by Killer for Hire. Which part? The quote that I just read, or? But yeah, the Thargoids are currently an alien race that humanity is at war with, and in the system HIP 22460, in lore there's going to be a super weapon under construction, which is going to be used to maybe or maybe not shoot them after drawing most of the fleet here. Ah, okay. Let me get out a I guess
Salvation prepared.
I guess this one is going to be a good summary of what is currently happening in the system. Hopefully you don't have to refresh again.
Final Thargoid battlefield.
Wait.
Salvation prepares final Thargoid battlefield. Pilots Federation alert. The HIP-22460 system will be the stage for a decisive strike against the Thargoids by Azimuth Biotech and the superpowers. The following message was broadcast across all public channels. This is Salvation. Construction of the Proteus wave has officially commenced. This version of my anti-Xeno superweapon has been designed to bring absolute victory against our adversaries. HIP-22460 will serve as the final battlefield in the Thargoid War. As with previous superweapons, we anticipate that the Guardian-based technology incorporated within the Proteus wave will once again attract the Thargoids. However, this time it will eradicate the alien threat not just from the system, but from the entire galaxy. Everyone who wishes to see this hostile species defeated once and for all should view this project as a call to arms. This is not a time for politics or debate. It is an opportunity to secure humanity's continued survival. Azimuth Biotech megaships have entered the HIP-22460 system. Commodore Morag Hagaran is coordinating the operation aboard the Bright Sentinel. The Heart of Taurus will serve as a delivery point for incoming resources. Two other megaships, Musashi and Glorious Prospect, are in the nearby Pleiades Sector CWUB-32 system to provide further logistical support. Alliance Defense Force, Federal Navy and Imperial Navy forces have also taken up positions in the HIP-22460 system. These ships have been modified for anti-Xeno combat, as they expect to face Thargoid vessels in greater numbers than ever previously encountered. Military sources confirmed that although the ship's experimental weaponry is being deployed somewhat prematurely, it should still prove effective. Azimuth,
But yeah, this system is going to be sort of big deciding battle at some point. And with the update 13 that's coming in maybe August,
Ready to engage.
or maybe not, there's going to be more anti-Xeno content being added. Let me quickly get closer to the station.
4, 3,
Hopefully I will be able to make that short jump. Okay, that worked out. Quite okay. But if you're more interested in the lore, either in-game or on the website of Elite Dangerous, you can get to the news section right here. News section, and read up a summary, that's like 5 parts, on the lore behind the current CG and all of that stuff. Like here, it's the first part, 2, 3 and 4. While I mean, if you have the game installed, you can just go play. And I can try to just read it, but it would sound quite boring. And probably not crash into the station, and just going to put the narrative thing on autoplay. Or at least the first parts.
Azimuth, a historical perspective, part 1.
And then I'm going to
Beginning a
go.
multi-part overview of historical events surrounding Azimuth Biochemical.
And then I'm going to go into a anti-Xeno combat zone to show you a tiny bit of the Thargoids and how they look. Although I'm not really fitted for AX combat, it probably is going to look quite interesting. Okay, have fun going to sleep. let's request docking, but if you want, you can stay for a few more minutes and I can
Docking request granted.
show you how the targets look like in combat, or you can take a look at the VOD at some other point. By the way, thank you for following me, and I guess good night. And I hope it was fun to watch. And maybe until next time, the next Elite Dangerous stream is going to be most likely tomorrow, and I might see you again. But yeah, thank you for watching and participating in chat. Yeah, goodbye.
Landing gear deployed.
But let's just land and
Docking successful.
pay our
Engine
fights.
disengaged.
And go then. But if you're going to stay like 5 more minutes, I can show you the far guys, and then I can end the stream after that, because I'm usually streaming around 2 hours. Okay, let's see. I cannot pay my fines. Administrative contact. No. Well. Big oof. Well, that's unfortunate. Let's just hope I'm going to be able to evade the local volunteer police force. Okay, but it's just going to take 2 minutes until I'm
Ship released.
in the area.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2.
Okay, let's hope a non-human signal source is close by. Okay, there's a few unidentified ones. Just about 19.3 million meters. Non-human signal source, threat level 4. Okay, that seems reasonable. Just going to do a quick jump in and then probably get blown up. But that should be enough to get a better look at the far guys. Oh, I do have enough money. I have like billions of credits, so that shouldn't be a problem. While AX combat is difficult, it's also quite profitable. But okay, those are only the small ones. Let's leave the area.
3, 2, 1.
And go to the... try to find a bigger one. Probably threat level 6 and 8. But yeah, I have like 4 billion and my rebuy cost is only 5 million. So that should be manageable for quite a while. Okay, non-human signal source, threat level 5. Yep, that's the character name. Sort of an old one. Doesn't really have any particular meaning behind it. Okay. Okay, that's threat level 3. Okay, since I want to get this done rather quickly, let's go to the threat level 6. And that might be an interceptor. I'm probably going to get some AX combat stuff over here. And tomorrow I might even... Oh, nope, that's just these small ones. Yep, big one is coming. Let me just struggle to save, change my mode. Oh. There's the big one. Hello. Goodbye. Since I'm probably going to get blown up, let's try to get a view in the camera mode. But yeah, that's how one of the interceptor variant looks. I think that's the easiest one. And they're quite difficult to fight. Not sure what my camera is doing now. Oh, I can run away. Let's get a bit closer, just for the sake of showcasing what they do. Let me reorient. Okay, and there it is. They also have a sort of cool close attack when you get too close. Maybe I have to do more damage until. And to fight them you also need special weapons. Oh. I guess he's not doing his special attack. Well, let's just go and leave then. I mean, in lore, the Fargoids have, like, biotechnology. They don't build their ships like we do. They sort of, like, grow them and then pilot them. So they are not the ships. They are not the flowery spaceships that we just saw. But they're like smaller, ammonia-based, sort of insectoid aliens. I think they're like 3 meters tall. And I think you can, on Google, like look for Fargoid concept art, and then there should be an official one that basically depicts how they look like. But yeah, but their ships are biotechnology. They are not the ships themselves. But yeah, I'm excited to see what happens tomorrow, or if the CG community goal is just going to be like requesting more materials and then nothing is happening. But just in case, I'm going to get some AX, some of my anti-Xeno equipment. And then maybe tomorrow I can try to solo a Cyclops, which is a stream I did want to do for quite some time. But yeah. Now I only need to get out of here, land, and that would be basically it for today. Going out and getting the supplies like the Guardian artifact and stuff is a bit difficult because it's mainly time consuming. Because you have to travel out to Guardian sites, which I do recommend you do if you have a ship with a decent jump range, because they're quite cool. But yeah, the community goal is ending tomorrow because the server maintenance is usually on Thursdays. And therefore all community goals usually end on the first day. And yeah, maybe the community goal is going to get another stage, like deliver more materials, or something big is going to happen in terms of lore relevance. So either way, I'm excited to... Not either way, but I'm excited to see what it's going to be then. But yeah. Okay. Was it the Heart of Towers or Bright Sentinel? Let's go to Bright Sentinel. But yeah, by the way, the planet that's currently permit locked wasn't permit locked earlier. Permit locked means that you can't land on it without a special permission. But that planet has like 2 big alien structures on them. And maybe they are going to be different tomorrow. Or maybe not. Maybe the planet is going to stay permit locked for quite some time. But yeah. Like I said, I'm just going to land in the hopes that I'm not going to be shot down on the last few meters by the scary approaching dots on my small little space radar. And then that would be it for today. And tomorrow, like I said, either in checking what has happened to the system and the ships in it, or just going to attempt to solo a Cyclops and see how that goes. But yeah.
Docking request granted.
Okay, pad number 6. But maybe I even find a way to pay my fine, because I think with anonymous access I won't be able to transfer my things over.
Landing gear deployed.
Help. Help. Ouch. I'm a very good pilot. Okay.
Docking successful.
Let's get a
Disengaged.
sort of neat view of the situation of like the ship. Oh. But yeah, that's basically it for today. Thank you for watching and for following. And yeah, most likely until tomorrow, 2100 Central European Summer Time. And yeah, thank you and goodbye until maybe next time. Goodbye.